Insanity here on 1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits. Good morning to you and welcome to the Brightside. We are joined in the studio by two very extraordinary individuals, and I think this is the first time something like this is happening on national radio, you guys. We are chatting with Daniel Yong, who is a sign language interpreter, and our very special guest, Lily Goh, who is also a deaf artist and a deaf performer. And right now, as Daniel is here in the studio, Lily is here with us and he's actually signing for her as well. Now join us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/1FM91.3. Now for the first part of this interview, we are going to be chatting with Daniel, and for the second part, Daniel's going to be interpreting for Lily. Okay? All right, so good morning, Daniel. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Guys,
Morning.
yeah, so good to have you both with us here. Daniel, let's start with you because what are some of the things that the general public should kind of take note of regarding the deaf community?
Wow, I think I'm gonna leave the details to Lily later.
Okay.
But I think I can talk more about the access and everything in Singapore. So I'm an interpreter, a sign language interpreter. So I'm one of the access services provided for deaf communities in Singapore.
How did you get into it? What made you start this interpreting?
So that was about 8 years ago. I was in poly, and one of my friends just asked me to join this really cool CCA, this club, which is the sign language club at the time. And it was really interesting, right? I had no CCA then. I was like, okay, let me just go with it. And then I started to learn sign language from there, and then started to meet deaf people and started making a lot of friends. And then a couple of years in, I started to explore it as a career option, so started to interpret for it. And then it's been about 5 years since I started interpreting, so it's really cool. I get to meet so many people, so many talented deaf people, from artists to performers to academic researchers. Yeah,
That's amazing.
I just have to interrupt, and I just got to tell our listeners right now that as Daniel was telling us about that, Lily was interpreting that and signing it. It was really,
yes,
it was really cool.
Precious.
Very
Please
nice.
join us on Facebook.
Lily says it's because I'm lip reading Daniel.
Exactly, she's lip reading this.
That's amazing.
And saying and interpreting what he's saying. Brilliant to see.
So we want to ask, we got you guys in here because both of you were so integral in the recent spate of concerts by Coldplay. Daniel, I do believe you were actually there interpreting, as the concert went
Daniel.
on. That was
I
amazing.
saw you.
You saw
Oh, you saw me in
it.
person?
I was maybe about 20 meters away in the seats to where you were interpreting to your right, and I saw this guy doing something. You looked very excited and you were gesticulating quite wildly, and I couldn't see why were you doing that. And then I kind of looked a bit closer, and then I saw you with a lot of emotion, and I realized you were signing for the concert. So tell us what that was like.
What was it like to interpret for Coldplay at the concerts?
It's been such a great experience, honestly. Because also I'm a part of a team of three, me and two other interpreters, Sean and Azam. And I think for the longest time, I think Lily can talk more about this later also, that the deaf community never really had access to concerts at this scale ever, because sign language interpreters have never really been gotten, not like other countries, which you may have seen online. Like you see a lot of concert interpreters.
Sure.
So when we got this opportunity, we were super excited to provide this access to the deaf communities.
Fantastic.
And when we saw the deaf crowds, every night really enjoyed the show and just be super blown away. Some of them really wrote really touching messages about their experience there. It's just been a really amazing experience. It's a great opportunity, and we also want to I also want to say that we really hope for more accessible concerts like this in the future, because I think this is just a first step. And I think moving forward, we hope to see more of these things, right? And I also want to say that there is talented deaf artists and musicians. You may have seen. Have you seen the Super Bowl?
Yes.
In America, you know, when the Rihanna's performance a couple years ago, there was this. It went viral. This deaf nursing student named Justina Miles.
Yes.
Right. She was amazing, and she herself is deaf. So what we want to see more in Singapore is also to get deaf interpreters, deaf performers, to be the ones that are doing these concerts.
Okay.
For the deaf community, by the deaf community.
We are so blessed to have you and Lily here today, you know, breaking it down for us and shining a light on how deaf people can actually appreciate concerts just like regular people as well. But, you know, maybe with a slight difference, there's a place for everyone at musical concerts here in Singapore and all around the world. Now, the conversation continues on Facebook. Join us there at facebook.com/1FM91.3. Back with more of Daniel and Lily in just a bit. You guys.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, in the studio, we've got Daniel. He is signing. A very busy morning for Daniel. And Lily. Oh my gosh. Daniel, we want to ask you, how different is it signing for a concert compared to daily conversations?
Wow. Okay. So I'll talk more about. Lily says maybe you want to talk about the misconceptions the public thought from that deaf people cannot enjoy music. Maybe you can answer that.
Yeah, later when we come back.
Later on. But I'll talk about the interpreting process first. So for the concerts, right, for the preparation process, we get the set lists beforehand. We would prepare. I would read the lyrics. With my team and I would research the context behind it, what it means, because, you know, English lyrics have so many metaphors.
True.
Right? Like, I can think of a couple lines already, like that don't mean exactly what it says.
Yeah, because it's not always literal.
Yes, exactly. So when that happens, we have to really understand what happened around that time, whether you know, something happened to one of the members. Like Fix You was because of a quite public and romantic situation. I don't remember exactly, so I will not comment. So then we really have to come up with more visual interpretations of it, because if we say exactly like word for word, it is not as visually stylistic or artistic, and it's not. For example, if the line "Fix You," if I just purely sign. I would try to mechanically fix you. It doesn't make any sense.
I repair you.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. So what we as a team came up with was something really beautiful. It was essentially me feeling better about myself. My heart is like inflating, and then I'm supporting you. Then I'm giving you a part of my heart, forming half a heart, and then I'm fixing you back together, forming half a heart, and then that half forms the other half.
Oh wow!
So if you may have saw that in a video that went viral with that. So we try to come up with these visual things. On the other hand, if I'm interpreting for a class, or in school or a meeting, I can't do that, right?
Yeah.
So then that will be more meaning accurate. You know, with of course some preparation as well. Sometimes like if I were to do something for a school class, right, then I'll get the lecture slides and everything in advance.
Like try to prepare as much as possible.
Yes, exactly. Because, you know, as interpreting is like any other interpreter, like you work with two languages.
It's almost as if you are on stage performing too, in a sense.
In a way, but I wouldn't say I'm the performer because they are still the performers. It's the same thing as if I'm interpreting for a lecture, I'm not the teacher, right? I'm still just saying exactly what they're saying. Just trying to convey it in a different language.
Daniel, from what I saw, you were performing, man.
Yeah, that wasn't just regular signing.
That was emotion. I could see you.
Yeah,
that's why I said, I was wondering, who is this guy? Like, he's really dancing. I was like, oh, I see what's happening.
It's so amazing. Your performance, so emotive. And, it moved us to tears. Just the way you brought all this, energy and passion to signing the concert.
Thank you so much. I think all us interpreters really want to do the same, right? We want to visually represent everything that you can hear in many, because us hearing people, as in not deaf, hearing people, we all have tone. You can hear our emotions through the radio just by sound, right? But we need to that needs to be visual in sign language, and it's actually part of sign language, grammar, and it's very. I think Lily later can expand more on this. Yeah. No, you were about to say something, Lily? Lily says. So it's not only that the sign language interpreters are providing an interpretation of the concert as well, because the performers themselves are the ones performing. They also provide a lot of visual elements to the show, right?
Yes.
They're the ones performing up there. There's everything else that come with it. For example, I could the interpreters for the concert also doesn't only assign the songs. They also say everything they are saying, and then it also adds different effects in line with the performance that's on stage, happening on stage. For example, the Coldplay, not only just the music. It's like, for example, there are two interpreters, the one doing the lyrics, which you saw in the video, and then the other one's doing the instrumentals. So, Daniel speaking now. So if you saw, there are two interpreters at all times in the videos, right? A lot of people in the comments are very confused.
Yeah.
So someone was like, "Oh, the other guy's having his own concert," and it's just quite funny. So what happens there is that. So during the preparation, we have a bunch of songs, for example, and we would split it up so that we each would prepare one, so it's easier for us.
Yes.
Because we also have quite a tight schedule, schedules, and we have to prepare everything. So because there are three of us, there are only two of us that goes for each night. Right?
Okay.
So we have to prepare ours and a little bit of someone else's.
Okay.
Right? So when we do that, we have our own songs, right? So when our song comes up, we come up and interpret for it, the lyrics, and then the other guy would do the sound effects, the instruments and everything background.
Okay. Wow. All right, we're going to pause there and go back live on air. Do join us. It's 1FM 91.3.
A rockin' one here, White Snake with Here I Go Again. It's kind of like what we want to ask Daniel and Lily with the 6 nights of the Coldplay concerts. My goodness, that really is full on. And now I'm really learning more about how this whole idea of interpreting for the deaf community happens at a concert with, what Daniel does, what Lily does. It's amazing.
So we are chatting with Daniel Yong. He's a Singapore Sign Language interpreter. And we're also chatting with Lily Goh. She's a deaf arts and music practitioner, entrepreneur, and community leader. Now, earlier on, we spoke with Daniel, and we are having such an amazing time learning about the deaf community and how they appreciate concerts, not just here in Singapore, but all around the world in a very special way. And just because they're deaf, it doesn't mean that they cannot appreciate a musical concert. And we're going to find out more from Lily. Daniel is going to take the time to interpret for Lily. Okay, so this is something very unusual for a radio interview. I don't think it's been done before. So you might hear some pauses, but that's okay. Join us on Facebook to see more of the action, okay? Facebook.com/1FM913. All right, Lily, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Daniel is interpreting for you. How did it feel to attend Coldplay?
Wow, it was really, really exciting. At first, it's the first ever experience that, because with this Coldplay concert provided this access for us. If you may have seen also, they are the vests, the sub-pack vibration vests that they got all the deaf attendees to wear as well. So it would vibrate according to the music that's being played live. So we could feel the bass on our backs. And together with the sign language interpreters, it really just added to the entire experience. Not only this, we some of us will also have a hearing devices. So I use a hearing aid, and my hearing aid is connected to the IEMs, the in-ear monitors that's directly to the sound system, so I could hear the sound clearer, so it streams directly to my hearing aids.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah. We want to ask, how what else can be done to sort of like support the deaf arts and music, how does the deaf community appreciate music at a concert?
Yes, of course. Not only me, there are also other deaf people who saw this Coldplay and have really, really liked Coldplay for the longest time and wanted to attend these concerts. But there hasn't been any interpreters, right? So until they saw this opportunity, in fact, some of them after this concert has also asked me if there are any interpreters provided for the Taylor Swift concert.
Ooh,
hey, now that is a really big thing. And I know Taylor Swift's very progressive as well. I'm sure now word has gone. It's kind of gone viral what
Yes.
you guys have done.
Yes.
How are you guys going to try and make representations to Taylor Swift and her people to try and get?
We hope for that. Yes. But actually, Coldplay. It's the one that started this thing, because I think in Asia this is hasn't really been developed much,
Right.
so it's very few and far in between having these access. So it's actually the first time for many of the other Southeast Asian countries that Coldplay has toured also recently, including Singapore, that have interpreters for such concerts. And I said, and I'm saying that if any other concerts ever provide interpreters, I think the deaf community will be super excited, including myself, to attend these concerts.
Yeah, Lily, you had such a special role for this year's Coldplay concert because you actually signed the movements and the lyrics and the interpretation for Chris Martin's, to copy. It's the song was Something Just Like This, and he actually used your interpretation for the concert.
Yes. So when Daniel got me to film this video, I really had to look up all the lyrics of the song, and then I had to come up with my own interpretation of it, and I had to check to make sure that all the meanings is accurate and correct. At first, I wasn't really comfortable with having Chris, sort of copy from a video from my signing, but because I was just thinking that this concert has already been made fully accessible with the subpack vests, with the sign language interpreters already,
right.
and I'm saying that Chris signing the song for half a song on in the concert, it's more like a message, right? Because I saw him sign in person, and even though he is a little bit. He's not super clear, but I think that's really
it's the
cool.
intent.
It's the intent. It's the intent, and it's also super cool because some of the songs even had lyrics on screen also. So still overall it's really accessible. I think Coldplay has already started this way before Singapore, for years ago, like for this tour, to provide interpreters in the local everywhere they run.
So. As much as he tried, it wasn't quite something just like this as what she was doing. But he made the effort, right? We have to give him credit. Very, very quickly, what are things that are important for the deaf community? Because we need to tell people that hearing impaired is not actually something that you want people to say about deaf people. Is that correct?
Yes. So the term hearing impairment, in fact, it can be quite offensive to the deaf community because it implies that we have a problem, right? We are focusing on the lack of our hearing sense, which is very in line with the medical view of viewing disabilities. It's something that needs to be fixed. It's a problem that needs to be cured, right? So I don't think that should be used to address us, the deaf community. The more appropriate terms to use is deaf or hard of hearing, or deaf or hard of hearing people. There are many different ways of viewing disability, for example, and also there are different terms. So the lowercase d deaf refers to general people with hearing loss.
Right.
The uppercase d deaf refers to the deaf community, the ones with the shared sense of culture, of identity, of a shared language, typically who already know sign language, who which then it is the part of this community that we are talking about now and talking about providing access with sign language interpreters. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Lily and Daniel, for joining us here today on 1FM 91.3, shedding such an important light on how the deaf community can participate and can take part in concerts here in Singapore, despite having, having a hearing impairment. Okay. So we're going to be wrapping up this conversation on Facebook. Do join us there. It's facebook.com/1FM 91.3. Thank you so much, Daniel and Lily, this morning.
Thank you so much. Lily says thank you as well.
Carol, Lavinia.
Guys, this has been so insightful.
Yes.
What a meaningful time. We sure do hope that there will be more opportunities for the deaf community at future concerts here in Singapore.
And I'd love for Taylor Swift to be the next one, and future concerts as well, to have this as a deaf signing that you guys can enjoy as well, like us.
I have to say that, the presence of the interpreters, of the deaf community on stage, I think it really gets people thinking about it,
exactly.
Even the normal hearing individuals. So definitely, I think you guys we're starting something really amazing here, thanks to you guys. And I hope to see that more in the upcoming concerts. 2 thumbs up. I got full approval from Lily. Yeah.
Who do you want to see in future in concert?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I am a huge
BTS?
No,
BTS.
Backstreet Boys fan.
Backstreet
Like,
Boys! Wow.
I really want to see them. I think. Oh, I'm also want to see Callum Scott Aquarium maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah, he's
beautiful.
great. Yeah, great vocals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming soon?
Yeah. Hope.
Yeah, fingers
Because
crossed.
I hope that we will see him in Singapore soon.
Okay, I would love to see them, signing to your moves as well. Larger than life.
Yes, I know that song.
Yeah.
Excited. Getting very excited here.
Lily, it was so nice to meet you. It was beautiful talking to you, and Daniel, thank you so much.
Maybe we can just share with everyone about how we can see more. I know, Lily, you create a lot of videos as well as your art.
Yeah.
On Instagram, maybe you can share with us social media details.
So Lily speaking, I also make some songs as well. For example, the recent NDP song "Stronger Together." So I made my own interpretation on it on a video. And last year I did "Shine Your Light,"
yes,
the theme song for NDP. Yeah.
And where can we see all these beautiful videos?
So I have it on YouTube and Instagram, right? So Instagram is at lilygoh.sg, LLYGOH.sg.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Was it thank you? It's like this?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How you say
Yeah.
thank you so much?
So more. It's a more. Yeah.
Oh, two hands.
Yes, double the thank you.
Double the thank you.
Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for joining us, Facebook.
Good times. Greatest hits.